The Dark Strangler, the Earl Nelson story. In the roaring 20s, as America danced to jazz and celebrated newfound prosperity, a shadow moved across the continent. Between 1926 and 1927, panic gripped communities from San Francisco to Winnipeg as a mysterious killer targeted the most trusting members of society, landladies who opened their doors to strangers seeking room and board. This is the story of Earl Leonard Nelson, known to history as the Gorilla Man and the Dark Strangler, a drifter whose violent rampage across North America would claim at least 22 lives and forever change how Americans viewed the safety of their own homes. It was within this context of movement and anonymity that Earl Nelson would exploit the basic human kindness of those who opened their homes to strangers. In an era before computerized records, interstate communication systems, or coordinated law enforcement databases, a killer could move from city to city, state to state, leaving death in his wake while remaining virtually invisible to authorities. He moved constantly, taking odd jobs, staying in boarding houses, and presenting himself as a mild-mannered, Bible-reading traveler seeking temporary lodging. The killer had not only strangled his victim, but had also engaged in necrophilic acts, a disturbing pattern that would become his signature. Once alone with his victim, almost always older women who lived alone, he would strangle them with his bare hands, displaying enormous physical strength that earned him the moniker the Gorilla Man in newspaper accounts. After the San Francisco murders, Nelson began a terrifying journey across America that would span 15 months and cover thousands of miles. As 1926 drew to a close, Nelson continued his rampage. On November 18th, he killed Blanche Myers in Oregon City. Moving south to California, he murdered Mrs. George Austin in San Francisco on November 24th. 2 days later, on November 26th, Mrs. William Edmonds was found dead in San Francisco, followed by Florence Monks on December 23rd in Seattle. By early 1927, newspapers had begun to connect the murders, dubbing the unknown killer the Dark Strangler and the Gorilla Man. Panic spread through communities across the West Coast. Landladies refused to rent to strangers, and police departments finally began sharing information about the mysterious killer who seemed to vanish like smoke after each murder. The killer was now striking every few days, moving vast distances between murders. The speed and geographic spread of the murders created widespread panic,